know this angle sucks. Forgive me. I'm driving and I just had a lot on my mind that I honestly wanted to do like a story time about. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I've been like really, this angle really sucks. I've been really going back and forth with myself about the details of the story because it happened so many years ago, and I don't know, I just really want to talk about it. So I'm just gonna go off of what I remember, how it happened, and give you guys as much information that I can. Alright?
I'm prolific, so gifted. I'm the type that's gon' go get it.
Alright, so when I'm done driving, I'm gonna change the angle of the video. Don't worry. But for now, y'all gonna have to bear with me. Alright, so basically from the title, you already know like what I'm going to be speaking about. And okay, so I started dating. I wouldn't even call it dating, honestly, at that age, because it's like a joke. So I was like 14 when I met this boy in my neighborhood. Me and my sisters and our friends used to like dance and stuff like that, do block parties. Like we always danced for like school events, block parties in different neighborhoods, like after school programs and stuff like that. Like we always used to dance. So in our neighborhood, like, everybody knew us as like, oh, the dancing crew, whatever like that. We used to battle against people, battle against other blocks, stuff like that. So I met this boy, and I actually, like, I never really went outside when I was younger. Like, I was always, like, either in a house or, like, at a friend's house in another neighborhood, like, or at my grandmother's house or something like that. My sisters was always, like, outside. So every time, like, somebody, like, seen me, like, actually outside or something, they would be like, oh, you Ari and Tati's sister, right? Like, everybody knew me through my sisters, because my sisters was, like, always outside, running around, being bad, doing whatever, like, living their best life, whatever, So, I wasn't really about that life. So, like, my mom and everybody already, like knew this boy or whatever, because he grew up in the neighborhood, too. But, I had met him or whatever, and he, was, like, flirting with me, like, I don't even know what the hell to call it at that age. It's, like, ridiculous. So, whatever. So, we started hanging out. Like, we was walking around the neighborhood, late night, just chilling. Everybody was outside. We was talking, like, just basically getting to know each other. I was like 14 and he was 15, and we basically, was just like, we exchanged numbers, texting here and there, whatever. So we getting to know each other, whatever, and then we actually was talking like for a few years or whatever, and we went through little things here and there. Like, he was literally like my first boyfriend. Like, he became my boyfriend or whatever, and he was literally like my first boyfriend, like, ever, like the first person I ever kissed, like the first person I ever like really like spent real time with. Like, I used to go to his house, like my mom knew his mom, his sisters, like everybody was from the same neighborhood, so it was cool or whatever. It was just like young love, like puppy love, whatever. And like, we went to the same school, the same junior high school or whatever. And then when we turned like maybe like 17, that's when like our relationship really started getting like more serious and things like that, So we had our little issues or whatever with him like cheating and stuff like that. We went to the same high school as well. I was a grade below him. He played basketball in junior high school, like public school. Like, he always played basketball, so he was like really good at basketball or whatever. So that's what he was like really known for, like being amazing at basketball. So he went to college for basketball, like, just like that was his thing or whatever. So like in high school, he was the only freshman on varsity basketball. So that was like a big thing. So, you know, he got a lot of attention because of that from like girls, cheerleaders, and girls that was on a step team, and like other people in the high school. Like, you know, everybody wants like the athletes or the football players, the basketball players, you know. So whatever. So we went through like a lot with like him being unfaithful, and you know, just kids trying to be kids. Like, we're teenagers and he wants to hang out and do him and act like he don't know me in school and like just mad shit, like, you know. So we just went through like little stuff like that or whatever. So whatever, it's just like trial and error at that age. So like, I can't really look back and take anything serious or hold a grudge or anything. So it's just like, it is what it is. We was young, whatever. So we went through a lot. I went through a lot personally, dealing with other girls coming up to me, asking me stuff, writing me, finding out my screen name on AIM or whatever, just mad stuff. So I honestly would say like junior, senior year of high school, like I was honestly in denial, because a lot of people was coming up to me, asking me stuff and telling me stuff about him playing me or whatever. And I feel like I knew, or I had some type of feeling, or like the proof was there, but because he told me something else, that's what I believed, you know. So of course I was like young, I was naive. That was my first relationship. Like I was never taught about relationships and guys and things like that. Like, I never had a dad to come and sit me down and love me the way I needed to be loved, and like tell me about guys and what they want and what they're usually out for and things like that, you know, like at that age. So I didn't really know. So I was just like experiencing things for the first time on my own, and like I believed like my boyfriend at the time, you know, like, because that's what I thought like girlfriends did. Like, you believe your boyfriend first, and basically like don't bite on the bait, like don't bite the bait, you know. So that was that or whatever. And he actually, my boyfriend at the time actually had a stepsister, to where his dad married a woman, and the lady already had a daughter. And when his dad got married to the lady, like obviously him and the lady's daughter, they became siblings, like step siblings or whatever, you know. So like I actually got cool with her too. She went to the same school as us, and she was like in my sister's grade. Like, she was a little younger or whatever, and like we actually got pretty cool. She was also into basketball, and they used to play basketball a lot or whatever. And I don't know if he used to teach us stuff or whatever, but whatever, they was always like at the basketball court together and stuff like that, you know. So I thought she was like kind of like a tomboy because of the way she used to dress sometimes, and because she played basketball. No offense to anybody, but that's just my assumptions. So we got cool or whatever, and sometimes like with me going through stuff, I used to like vent to her and tell her like, you know, things about him or what we was going through. And she used to, I don't really remember if she used to like give me advice, but I feel like she just kind of like just was a listening ear, and I appreciated that, because at that age, like I really didn't want my sisters in my business, and like I couldn't really go to like my mom or anything like that. And a lot of my friends at the time were also my sister's friends, so I knew if I told my friends anything, like my sisters was gonna know anyway. So me venting to her, it's like, it's your brother, so you know, like it's just like she would just listen to me. Sometimes she would tell her brother like, oh, you know, like why you acting like that? Like that's what I thought like would be a good reason to vent to her, because I feel like she would be on my side in terms of whatever I told her, and she could like tell her brother like, oh, don't do that to that girl, or you know, she really feels a way about this or that or whatever, you know. So yeah, I thought like we were like really tight or whatever, we were cool or whatever like that. So me and different things that I would see like different girls from school coming out his building, and it's like, who else like does she know in this building, you know? So it was kind of, that's what I mean when I say it was kind of like in my face and like obvious, but I was in denial. So like it was so bad. Like this person really had me out. It's so crazy because I was just stuck in my ways based on that fairy tale relationship, high school sweetheart type shit. Like been together for 11 years, 21 years. Like I was really like based on that, focused on that. Like that's what I wanted. Like the only person that I've ever been with, I married and had kids with, and you know, like I was like really like on that type of timing. And I think that's really like what I was like focused on. The main reason why I didn't like just leave him alone after like a lot of shit that he did to me. I remember I had got a refund check from when I went to the first college that I went to, the first community college that I went to. We had basically like graduated from high school. He graduated, he left, went to college. He was still messing around and doing stuff, like being unfaithful there. Yeah, so just like any typical like first time college student, I received a refund check, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to Miami. Like I never been to Miami, like I heard a lot about it. Like I'm gonna go to Miami, like that's what I want to do, that's where I want to go, so freak it, I'm gonna just go. So I think we was like broken up at the time too, and I wasn't about to go by myself, so I asked him like if he wanted to come, and he was like, yeah, like who would pass that up? Like I was paying for it, like, you know, who would, like, you know? So he was like, yeah, whatever. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna book our tickets. Basically, I don't know, like I don't remember if I was trying to do it just to basically kind of like win him back. I don't really know, I don't remember, but I know like I was just like, oh, do you want to go? Like that was my first person that came to my mind, like, okay, like I could, like he's gonna come with me, whatever. Like, so I booked the tickets or whatever, and we went. So we go to Miami, and y'all remember AIM and how like it was basically like you could put your away message on or whatever. So I had my away message on, and I think I had put like in MIA or whatever. Oh, I put in MIA with Ado. So that was like a tag name that he called himself or whatever. So that's what I put as my away message or whatever. And I remember we had went to the beach that morning. We was there for maybe like 4 days, 3-4 days, like a weekend, like a long weekend or whatever. And we went to I remember we had went to the beach that morning or whatever, and we had like left our phone and everything like by the towel, like it was like like hidden under the towels and stuff while we went in the water or whatever. And then when we was leaving the beach, I had picked up my phone or whatever. I went on AIM. I had like a sidekick at the time. I went on AIM, and I was just I had got a request from like some new like instant messenger or whatever. Like somebody like requested to be my friend or whatever. And then I accepted it. As soon as I accepted it, just mad IM started coming in. And I'm like, what the fuck? Excuse my language. So it's just mad. I'm like, literally like 300 IMs came in at once. And I'm just like, okay. So I didn't know who it was because I didn't recognize the screen name. And then so I'm like trying to read it. Mind you, we're walking like to basically go get a cab to head back to the hotel. So you're walking from the beach, whatever. So I'm like in my phone reading, whatever like that. So I'm just reading, and I'm seeing mad stuff like, oh, where you at? Oh, are you in Miami? oh this, oh that, like, and I'm like, who is this? So finally I scroll down, I'm scrolling through all the messages, and I scroll down and I see that the person said who they was. Like, they was like, this is so and so, and they basically telling me like, oh, like they've been with my man at the time for like years. Like, oh, we've been together for like 2-3 years already. He was with me on Valentine's Day. We rented a hotel room. I could show you pictures, like sending me stuff, sending me pictures, just, I guess, to prove themselves or whatever. It's basically saying like, this guy has been playing me for years. And basically just, I guess they got mad because he was in Miami with me, and like, you know, I guess they was mad because we were supposed to be broken up and I was still around or whatever. So I guess they figured, you know what, I'm tired of this, I'm just gonna tell her, I'm gonna tell her everything or whatever. So they was just writing me mad different stuff, and I was just like, wow. So automatically, like I started getting like, okay, like I felt my heart like beating really fast. Like, it was just really bad. So I'm just like, so I asked him about it, and like he's walking next to me, and then he was like kind of like walking up because I kind of like started slowing down or whatever as I was reading. And I asked him, I don't even remember exactly what I asked him, but I remember like telling him like, oh, who's so and so, and I said the screen name. And then he was like, I don't know. And then I was like, are you with, I remember I said to him like, are you with so and so? And then he was like, what you mean? And I was like, are you with them? Like, are you with them? Like, are you guys together? Like, were you guys, and I'm just asking, like, were you guys together on Valentine's Day? Like, you know, like, just asking him mad personal questions. And he's dead ass lying. And I'm like, okay, so why is she writing me saying that you guys been together for this amount of years? Like, and like I'm showing him like pictures, the pictures that she sent me. Like, I'm showing him all of this. Like, look at this. Like, is she lying? Like, what's going on? So now he quiet. He don't want to say nothing now. Like, he don't have nothing to say. So I'm like, I already knew from that, like, it was true. First off, I already knew it was true from her hitting me up so much or whatever. Like, it's nothing to be in denial with. Like, you can't be in denial for that long. Like, so I already knew what it was. And then by him being quiet and ignoring me, I really knew what it was. So I'm just like really upset at this point. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm leaving. Like, I'm leaving Miami. I'm leaving him right here. Like, screw that. So basically, the person was his stepsister. Yes, his stepsister. The one that I was venting to. The one that I confided in. The one that I thought was my friend. The one that, yeah, it was his stepsister. That I guess he was cheating on me with his stepsister for years. Mind you, his stepsister knew that we were together for all of these years. And I guess she decided to be with him too. I don't know how that works. I don't know where that is common. Don't know. But I guess she decided to be with him too. So it was just like, okay. So basically, I guess she got mad because he obviously told her like it was over between us. And like he was in Miami with me. So clearly, if he's in Miami with me, then clearly it's not over between us. So I guess she was upset about that. And it was just like really bad. So yes, guys, I said the same thing. And the first thing I'm thinking, like, what type of is going on here? Like, I'm not, like, I was just really confused. Like what type of shit this is? Like, where do they do that at? Like, I'm just so confused. So yeah, he was cheating on me with his stepsister. And I tried, basically that trip ended with me trying to leave him there and leave him in Miami because I'm the one that booked everything. I'm the one that had the tickets for everything. So I tried to leave him there. The next morning we was leaving, and I set an alarm. Like, I got up, I started packing my stuff, like, and I walked out the hotel room without like letting him know. I don't know how he ended up with me or finding me or whatever. But we ended up on the same flight together. We sat right next to each other, didn't say a word. And then even after all of that, like when we got back, like my mom had picked us up from the airport in my car. We gave him a ride. Like me now. Yeah, he would have had to find his way home. But anyway, we gave him a ride. We got back home or whatever. And even at that point, it's crazy because I still gave him an option, like, to whether he wanted to. I still gave him an option whether he wanted to be with me or not. And that was my mistake too. That was a big mistake that I wish that I never made. And I wish that I never gave him that option, because no one that ever treats you like that should ever have an option to still be with you, to be around you, to be in your presence. Nothing like that. Don't ever get it twisted. Like, you're worth way more than that. So by me still giving him an option to be with me after all the stuff that he put me through, which I didn't even tell y'all the half, like all the stuff that he put me through, including this girl coming to me telling me this stuff and it being true. He finally admitted it. When we got home, I asked him and he finally admitted it. And then he wanted to be feeling himself and be all cocky, which I don't know how that's cute. But anyway, I'm not here to bash anyone. But basically, I still gave him an option whether he wanted to be with me or not, even after all of that, which I never in my life shouldn't have. And he deadass was like, no, like he didn't want to be with me. I guess he was going to be with her. And then that was the end of it. Like after that, I stopped answering his call. And then, of course, he was still calling me private. He still wanted to know where I was, why he didn't see my car on the block, who I was with, still trying to, like, run me down. And I was not having it. Like, I was ignoring his calls. I was doing my own thing. I was chilling. I was in college at that time, so I was running wild. Like, I didn't care about nothing or nobody. And, like, I was just doing my own thing. And he really, like, tried to take advantage of me. And that's basically that. Like, yeah. Crazy, right? If y'all want more story times like this, because I have a lot of crazy stories. If y'all want more story times like this, like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment, let me know what y'all want to hear. If y'all would prefer story time, vlogs, challenges, whatever y'all want to get into, let me know. But yeah, my ex-boyfriend cheated with his stepsister. And you want to know the gag? The gag is still now, years later, they're together and they actually have a kid together. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. See you guys next time.